Hey everyone, welcome to Berries and Blades. My name is Easy to Remember, and we're here to play some. I thought about what I was going to say before we started, totally fucked it up. Just forgot immediately. We are here to play some D&D because it's Wednesday night, and this is what we're going to be trying to do more often. My name is Easy to Remember, and I'm the DM for our adventures in Wildemount.
Hey, I am Meg, and I play Borzana, who is a warlock.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I play Alan Thor Suncrest, who is a dragonborn paladin.
Hi, I'm Jack, and on this National Backyard Day, I will be playing the half-elf bard Ramian Dice.
I'm Barbara, and I'm playing Lispel Crescendeer, the Pallet Elf Wizard.
Right? Thanks, Shaw. I think we should just get into this. Last time, you spent most of your time all of your time in the Leaky Tap, where you had watched a strange interaction between the bar owner and a couple of groups of patrons. You learned last time that the bars seems to be under watchful eye of a group of people called the Myriad, which is a local gang that tends to run a sort of a protection racket on local businesses. And you came across another group who was there to sort of monitor the situation. You're not really sure why, but you met a man named Dolan. I believe he actually told you his name. And sort of just befriended him and said that, if they needed your help, you would be around. But all of the conversation between Rami and Al and Dolan was loud enough and seemed to cause enough of a stir in the bar that those group of Myriad just left. It didn't seem to be something that they wanted to trouble themselves with at the moment. And you know this because Vorzana, who's currently described as Zana, Earth Genasi, because she's in disguise, was looking at their conversation and watching their conversation through Geldost, her familiar Al, and just learned that they just really weren't happy with the situation and decided to just leave, and they were going to go report back to someone named the Gentleman. There was a brief bit of a dice game that you all played, or card game, at the table next to you just before we left. But you were just here in this bar this evening. Anything else that happened that you want to point out, or any other thoughts as you've been sitting in this bar for a bit now?
I approached the bard playing. I think that's where we left off last time.
It's true. Yeah. I should have waited to start this music because the bard did stop to hear you out as you were trying to get their attention. And I think you just challenged them to play, right?
I asked if I could join, and I think the bard said something along the lines of "if you can keep up" or whatever.
Right.
So I was, to start with, I was just going to back up their song.
All right.
Add some flavor to it.
All right. You hop on stage then, and roll a performance check for me, just right out the gate.
17.
17?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. With the 17, you approach the stage, stand on the stage. Are you standing like behind them, beside them?
How high is the stage?
It's only like 3 feet. It's like just a little raised off the ground.
Okay, then I'm going to sit on the stage, beneath them, so I'm kind of pulling focus a little bit. But also, I can technically say I'm, not the center of attention. But obviously, I am.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but in my head, they're on stage. I'm just like on the side, looking cool.
Let me roll for them. All right.
We're not battling or anything.
No.
I'm trying to collaborate.
Yeah. I'm just seeing how well they're doing in comparison to you, and I mean that's a good roll. 17 is good enough. Like, it's not hard to keep up with what they're doing. It's complementing what they're doing very well as they're playing their lute. I assume you have your lute out, or do you have the magical lyre that you have?
Let's play the lyre just for variety.
Okay. Yeah, you have the lyre out as they're playing, and the lyre in itself is like a beautiful instrument, as it's magical and it's very clearly unique, even without like using any of the magical properties, and so that itself is also pulling focus. But you're complimenting their playing very well, and if you were to turn around and look at them, like, you can tell that they're smiling and they're enjoying themselves at the moment. What the bar itself, like, what are y'all doing as Ramian is playing?
I would like to move closer to be like actually
Okay.
watching, I guess.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, feel free to do that if any of you are moving closer.
Yeah, I think I'll move to the table closer. Actually, are these like barrels over here, like with chairs around them? Like high top table type situation, or?
Yeah, they are like a little more barrel-like in their structure, but it is a taller table.
Okay, those probably have a better view, so I'll hang out over there.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Woo! Ramian!
Oh, do we know this bard's name?
You did not ask his name yet. And I don't think I told you. I don't think it
Can we
came
retcon
up.
it? Where before I jumped on stage and joined, I was like, Ramian Dice. Shake the hand.
Yeah. That's fine. And they just say to you, Wolf.
Wolf. Cool.
As your friends sort of cause commotion, you can see over, like, Dolan's group is also interested in paying attention, seems to like be into it. The table of people who were playing, who were gambling, aren't really paying you any mind at all right now. And the other table of patrons, like next to the bar, are looking over, but go back to their conversation. What do you do as the song like finishes out, Ramian?
I say, what'd you think?
Oh, I can't complain. It was good enough.
Okay, do you mind if I try one of mine and you back me up?
Sure.
Okay, now I didn't actually write one, but I have in my head like the idea that Ramian plays something that's very similar to, but with obvious lyrical changes to Simon and Garfunkel's "The Boxer." So it's kind of got like a mellow, folksy thing to it.
Mhm.
That's what's in my head. Maybe someday I'll rewrite the lyrics or something to fit the situation, but it'd be that. And
Okay.
then Wolf can, be the Simon and or Garfunkel. Or Simon or Garfunkel.
Yeah. Give me another performance roll then.
Can I have an advantage because this is my song?
No, but if you mess it up, I'm saying no, like I'm in charge. But I am moved close enough so that if you mess up, I can use Chronal Shift to give you a reroll.
Okay, it's a 16. That should be
Yeah,
fine. Playing the
that's
song. Okay.
yeah, that's totally
Rolling
fine.
crappy.
Okay. They're as you begin to play, they're intrigued by what you're playing, and they're able to keep up with this, and they're finding just the right moments to like sneak in and like embellish what you're doing. Are you actually singing too for this one? Okay. So yeah, as you get to about the first chorus, like they've leaned into this with you, and they're even harmonizing with you just quietly. They're not outshining you, but they're definitely making you look really good right now. And I would say you're very happy with how they rolled and how they're playing. With that, here, let me see. The table who you didn't have their attention earlier, table gambling and the other table by the bar, honestly, they really don't care for some reason. It was just out of game, just a roll thing. They just kind of don't care. They're just like hanging out, having drinks. Dolan is very impressed with what's happening, and they actually ask for a round to be sent up to you and your friends in the process of this. Like throughout, like by the time the song's over, there are more drinks for everyone who wants them. Anything else you want to do with your time here?
After the song, I shake Wolf's hand. I say, "Give it up for Wolf!"
Lispel does a minor illusion to make it sound like more than the people who are here.
This is the first time that the other tables like do respond. Like they are respectful of what you're doing. So like you say, "Give it up for Wolf," and they do all like clap and respond and cheers to the two of you.
Oh, I just had an idea for another song to play. Okay, I'm not actually doing it, in real life, but I ask if I can do one more. And is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to play Johnny Be Good like this is Back to the Future, so it's a little intense.
All right. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is gonna be. This is a little bit higher DC. You're gonna make another performance check for me.
Okay. I'm due a good roll. That is a 25.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
But I want everyone to have the same reaction that they did at the dance from Back to the Future, where they didn't really know what happened.
Mm-hmm. So you kick into this thing, and everyone's like dancing, like not dancing. Sorry, they're not dancing, but they aren't paying. You got their attention with asking for the round of applause for Wolf, and they all look and they all see what you're gonna do next. And as you kick into this song, this rendition of Johnny Be Good.
The first part's the normal part where it's just okay.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
You know what I'm going for, right?
Yeah. No, it's good. You get to it. You get to the guitar solo section. Everyone's enjoying it up until this point, and then you begin to mix some genre that they've not really heard before into this. and the like smiles on their faces turn to not disgust but just bewilderment, where they're not sure what's happening, and you're not even paying attention to them, but anyone else around the room who's like they're looking at each other in like somewhat amazed but just somewhat just bewildered and aren't sure what you're doing. And Wolf himself is stops playing and is just like looking around, questioning what's happening at the moment.
Okay, and then I finish, and I look around at the silence again, and I say, I guess you guys aren't ready for that yet, but your kids are gonna love it. And I walk off.
And there's a smattering of applause from the few people there.
Oh, okay. Obviously this isn't gonna happen, but can someone at a table like send a raven or something to their cousin Marvin?
To
Berry?
Marvin Berry.
Yeah, to Chuck Berry, and it's their cousin like
Yeah.
Dyer Martin. Yeah, okay. Never
Yeah.
mind. It's in my head. This whole thing played out. Okay, I go back, sit with them, and I'm like, just want to try something new.
That was interesting.
I liked it.
That's one of my favorites you've ever done.
I think it's gonna be big next. I think that's where music's going.
I didn't even know a lyre could sound like that.
I tightened the strings a little bit.
Yeah. With that, the rest of the group, the rest of the bar is like back to their conversations and not. They were watching you for a moment as you like got off stage, and then they go back to what they're doing to just not pry too much. What would you like to do with the rest of your evening? 'Cause I think it's later in the afternoon. You had some snacks already, but I think it probably was enough. You could have had plenty of time to just have more food as you sat here.
I would have been ordering food for sure the
Yeah.
whole time we were there.
What you have a room at the other place, at the Song and Supper. I believe you've already paid for it. Are you going to be returning there this evening or hanging out here?
I'm interested in going back, but that's because I want to spend 4 hours copying a spell into my scroll book. I mean, a scroll into my spell book. So everyone else could do whatever they want. That's not sitting around while I do that.
Are we setting off tomorrow to go take care of that task for the Cobalt Soul?
You think so, yes.
I'd like to.
I mean, I'd love to sleep in a comfy bed for as long as I possibly can before we hit the road again. So I'm fine heading back.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
As you're getting ready to leave from here, Dolan does come and approach you. And he looks at you and says, I don't know if it's what you intended, but I do appreciate the help in getting rid of that group. And then looks to Ramian and just says, like, whatever that is that you're doing, it's really interesting. It's not for me, but I think it was good. I'm pretty sure.
Thank you.
As a heads up, Dolan, they said they'd be back tomorrow. Just so you know.
It's good to know. We'll be here. We'll be ready. yeah, appreciate it again. But probably best if you stay out of it as much as you can. We'll take care of it.
Don't worry. We're good at staying out of stuff.
We're planning to be out of town for several days.
All right, good to know. And he just walks away. And yeah, you're free to go back to the other place. You walk through the streets. It's winding down at the end of the day. And you make it all the way back to the Song and Supper Inn. You're greeted by the bartender there and welcome to just continue walking. She says, hope you all, you can tell that you're determined to, like, just sort of go to your rooms, but says, just want to make sure, like, you know, if you need anything else, just let us know. Drinks or snacks or anything, but hope you enjoy your rest.
Thank you.
Thanks.
With that, Lisbeth, you said you want to copy some spells, so you're free to do, or a spell scroll into your book.
Mm-hmm.
You're free to start on that now. Anything else that anyone else is doing for the evening?
I think I would just sit there and break out my charcoal and try to draw Ramian's pretty prolific performance of this new genre of music and kind of like incorporate it with like the vibe it had. So that would be my task for the evening.
Okay. Anything else, Al or Ramian?
No. Are we separate rooms or are we all in one room?
I think you all got.
Separate, right?
I think you got at least. I thought you got 2 rooms for some reason, but I don't know why I thought that.
Yeah.
I
Just
don't.
curious, doesn't matter.
I don't remember what you paid for at this time. Okay. Lisbeth, you're gonna have no problem copying that spell. It just takes the whatever gold that takes.
4 hours and 100 gold.
Okay, yeah, so just mark that off. For Zana, go ahead and make a dex check or a performance check, whichever you prefer. And this is a low DC, like this is a thing you do.
That's good. 10.
Yeah, that's good enough. It's going to take you some time to just sort of capture what you saw because it was not like anything you've seen before. But you have no problem. Like, you're a practiced artist. You know the things that you think you're able to put on paper with ease. And things that you've seen in person, you have no problem translating to paper. So you take the time to do that.
I'll make it kind of look like a gig poster
Ooh,
with
nice.
like Ramian dice and, you know.
That's cool.
I guess the only thing I would ask then, by the time you're done, do you show anyone, or is it just like a thing you're doing for yourself?
Just a thing I'm doing.
Okay.
Actually, really fast. Do I see any sort of like notice board within the inn that we're staying in? Like, I know that there were like the help boards and things that we could go look at outside, but was there anything, or even like outside the inn close by?
You didn't really see anything like that close by.
Okay.
All right. With that, if there's nothing else, I would say you could have a restful evening here in this inn. There, I'll tell you that it sort of calms down by basically by 9 o'clock. I think this is the equivalent of like a Tuesday right now that you're here. So no one seems to be staying out late. It's not loud downstairs or anything. And you have just a restful evening here. And with that, you make it to the morning. Is there anything you want to do before you start your day? And I'll ask just again to reiterate, what's the agenda for today?
I think just hit the road, right?
Yeah. To Eglin's quarry.
Say, remind me of what we were doing for the Cobalt Soul.
Yep. When you were talking to Erky, he mentioned that he needed a few days to look into some things to see if they could transport you somewhere far east to get closer to Gorvelis. In sort of exchange, like they could use some help checking out Eglin Quarry, which is just to the northwest of Zadash. And it is an old strip mine that used to be a place where they harvest platinum. It's interestingly enough, like most of the stone that is used here in Zadash to build Zadash came from there. But they also found like a very rich platinum source there that lasted for years. It is mostly abandoned at this point because it ran empty. They harvested everything they could. Now there's just a small group of people there who do take some of the rock there and sell it to masons and masons from Zadash, but from other places. It's kind of the only thing there. But this small group of miners recently, within the last month or so, maybe even shorter than that, have broken into a wall that seems to be something else. It's not just a quarry. There seems to be structures and a man-made space beyond one of the walls that they broke recently. And the Cobalt Soul wants to, based on the description they were given, it doesn't seem, one, it's man-made, like I said, but the construction itself doesn't even use the same rocks that are found in the quarry, and it just has a newness about it. Even though it's old and covered in dust, it just looks strange and out of place. So they want to go investigate it. They just need someone to go check it out, make sure it's safe, and report on what's found inside.
That is very interesting. I feel like we're becoming experts on strange hidden architecture under the ground that people have forgotten about.
I think with that, yeah, if you were ready to go, are you going to check in with Erky at all before you leave, or are you just going to go. I think he has sent word that like he has some people coming, but I don't know. You don't know how much he said to them about any of it.
I think I would like to, because I also have a little list of things that I would research if I was spending like a week sitting around in the library, and I'm sort of hoping maybe some archivists can do a little bit of that research. So I'll just like scribble down a little list.
Yeah, of course. Then, yeah, you can head back to Urki really quickly this morning.
On our way there, I would be looking for any place that I could use my little dagger and like shove this poster on like some place where it would be visible to other people.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
I'm really great at those. Oh, hey, 19.
Yeah, easily enough, especially as you like now that it's day and people are out and about again, you find yourself in the Pinta Market as you head towards the Cobalt Soul, and there's a board there with some like not other posters like yours, but other just like help, like very simple help wanted things and items for sale and that sort of thing that you could definitely post it at.
Okay, I use my little bitty adventuring dagger, stick it up there, I'm gonna cast light on it. And it's just like Ramian dice, and it has him in like an epic pose as he's like, do you strum a lyre? What do you do to a lyre?
It has strings, so I think so.
Okay, so in like an epic pose, like strumming or whatever you do to a lyre. I was like,
Very epic plucking.
yeah.
Ting, ting, ting.
That's so cool, Verzana.
I
Great
love it.
drawing.
We're gonna get you known, Ramian.
I love it. I'm gonna take out a piece of parchment paper, I don't know, and just put there like will return limited dates, and then just
Yes.
put it next to that.
Oh, you should sign it too.
Oh yeah, I'll sign it. I'll sign it.
Yeah.
Oh, and you should sign it, like artwork by Zana. Maybe you can get some work.
Oh, that's okay. I want this all about you.
No, well, thank you. But you should sign it too because it's your artwork.
I mean, if you insist, I'll just do Zana.
Right.
Sell merch.
Leave it glowing.
All right. And that'll stay there glowing for an hour, right? Okay.
I believe so. Isn't that how long it lasts?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this was this one of the like silvered daggers or something else?
No, it's just for my like adventuring bag.
Okay.
Just like a tiny little dagger.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then you leave that behind and you make your way over to the Cobalt Soul. You check in the front desk and they take you right to Urki. And he's excited to see you this morning. It's like, I'm so glad you came to visit. I hope this means that you're willing to take on this trip to Eglin Quarry. Then when you get there, you should ask for Lasan. He's sort of the self-appointed foreman of the operation there. Lasan de Wheeler.
Lasanda Wheeler?
He can tell you what's been going on there. It's been a couple of weeks since they found it, and no one's gone to check it out just yet. Everyone was hesitant to enter, so they asked for our help, and we've sadly just been too busy. So the extra hands we appreciate.
we need to like present him with anything so he knows that we're okay?
Sure. Yeah, I can. He takes a moment and goes back to the desk that he's sitting at and just writes up a quick note, rolls it up, and seals it with like a candle wax, sort of with a wax seal. Just present him with this, and these are your official orders that you are to be let in and be supported in whatever way you need.
It's very official.
You know, we just get things done around here.
Well, I have a little list, just a few topics that I would research if I were here, but since I'm leaving, if there happen to be any archivists who are looking into things, I would be interested to be able to I don't know, look at some books or documents or something when we get back on these, and I just hand him a little slip of paper.
Okay. Yeah, of course. He takes it from you and looks at it. He's like, yeah, this shouldn't be a problem. I'll see what we can do. I'll have some people pull some things for you for when you get back.
Thank you.
If there's nothing else, you could be on your way. I should have asked, do you have mounts or a cart or anything that you'll be taking with you?
Just one moose?
I have a moose.
Oh,
One moose, one broom.
Do we need a mount?
not necessarily. I just did. We could get some for you. Actually, we could provide you some horses if you'd prefer to travel by steed instead of by foot. It's totally up to you.
It sounds kind of nice since we know we're coming back soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Let me walk out front with you, and I'll get that taken care of then.
Thank you.
Didn't we almost buy a horse one time?
We had a trial trot.
Right.
That was right.
That was so fun. That's the only horse I've ever met, really.
We all talked to him. That's right. We had a big conversation with them.
That's right. Yep.
Forgot all about that.
I guess I don't need one if I have the broom. Although is a horse faster than a broom?
Let me.
I'll just take the horse.
The
Just to
the
be
broom doesn't need to rest, but a horse might be more comfortable.
true.
What is the speed for your broom? Like 50 feet per round or something?
Jack. Yeah, 50.
I'm gonna say that like as he goes up and is talking to someone away from you, they're looking what favors basically they can call in to like get this done, and they say, yeah, you should be able to take this note and go to the stables on the east side of town, and they'll be able to outfit you with a few horses. And we can speed this up a little bit and say that like you get there and talk to them, and mechanically, to answer your question, they're going to give you riding horses, which actually do have a speed of 60 feet, so it is slightly faster than the broom. But as Lisbel pointed out, they do tire sometimes, so you can't go 60 feet per round, or you can't go at a full gallop or dash like the whole time. But it'll definitely shorten your trip by a little bit. Instead of like 2.5 days, it'll basically be 2 days instead. But yeah, you get those without issue, and can be on the outskirts of town ready to go if you'd like. This
What
trip... Oh, go ahead.
Do our horses have names?
I knew you were going to ask that. I pulled up a random list. Give me
Sweet.
First roll a d6 for me. Everybody do this too. Everybody roll a d6.
I hope this is the same list you used last time, and somehow I get the same name. Because it would be weird and creepy.
And then go ahead and roll a d20. You're going to tell me both rolls in just a second.
Really, do I have to do this if I don't need it?
If you don't need it, no, don't worry about it. If you're going to be... I guess you wouldn't want to make Kiwi jealous.
I got a moose. Yeah.
All right. Jack, let's start with you. What did you get?
D6 was a 6,
Mhm.
and then D20 was a 12.
Okay. You have this incredibly beautiful white horse, whose name is Moon. It's a male horse, beautiful. Like its coat is like almost perfectly white, which is why they call it Moon. And it takes to you rather quickly, and they ask what if you have any experience with horses.
We kind of do. Yes, kind of. I've ridden one.
Okay, well
Not for a long time, but
you shouldn't have any issues with any of these. They're incredibly well trained, and yeah, they'll take good care of you. Lisbel, what did you roll?
A 3 and a 17.
Okay, a 17, you said?
Yes.
You have I don't know the color patterns on horses and what they're called. It's a mostly brown horse. Named Carolina. And she, just like the other horses, is like very beautiful. These are clearly well taken care of animals.
Hello, Carolina.
Forzana, how about you?
I rolled a 3 and then a 1.
You have another beautiful female horse named Daisy.
Does anyone want me to talk to their horse and make sure they're cool?
Yes.
What are we going to do if they're not cool?
Good question. I'm gonna do my best Mark Wahlberg impression. Hey horse, how's it going? Like your hair?
And that's just at will, right? You don't even have to do anything.
Yeah. Say hi to your mother for me.
Let me...
He's like, dang, stupid power.
I'm
Never
introducing...
get with animals ever again.
I'm checking their intelligence because speak with animals is limited by their intelligence.
Very fair.
Um,
Kind
Hey,
of
did
hope
they just
mine's
give us a bunch of
stupid.
dumb horses?
Kind of want mine to be dumb. I don't want.
I just mechanically, just so you know, a riding horse, their int is 2.
We talked to the horses last time. So it's like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
maybe
if
I
I
just
know that they wouldn't talk to me, then something in the water over here is what you're saying?
maybe they're well trained, but I think I'm looking at 2024 rules at the moment, so
How that could be too.
it could have also changed. Just happened to be the first one I found,
Cool.
and the other ones weren't riding horses, but you see, like, they don't speak to you, but they do neigh back at you, and there's a recognition there, but not you don't know what they're trying to communicate, because it doesn't seem like anything, I'll say, because of their intelligence.
Guys, I think they give a bunch of dumb horses.
Al, introduce my horse, or no, introduce me to the horse when I bow. Okay, I'm gonna bow to it. Just
I mean, it doesn't. Okay.
there's recognition there, so just bow, or just introduce me.
Now presenting Lord Ramian of the Seven Seas, player of all lutes and music, drinker of fine wines, and rider of the broom of the winds. Of course, you said that a horse, I guess. I don't know how that makes it sound, but
Yeah.
I think it did it.
Come up from my bow, and I just give Al a look like, what the hell? And then I pat his face and head and all that you do to a horse that you see in movies.
Yeah, it's very receptive. It seemed to have some recognition as to what was going on, but
Got you, Ramian.
Thank you, I guess.
let's get to the outskirts of town, and let's figure out how this trip is gonna go. This is only 2 days. I should have done some math before we even did this. Let me find my table. I'm gonna need at least 2 rolls from you. So decide amongst yourself who is going to roll for this.
Is it a skill?
It's gonna just be survival for this. Let me
Not it.
put this on.
I think I could do one. I think I'm due another good roll.
I can do one.
Okay,
Not wise.
Just survival?
it's just straight up survival.
Fuck. That's a 10. Nope, wasn't due one. I'm gonna change my dice.
I got a nat 20 for a 21.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna say between those two, this is gonna be a successful trip. It's not, in terms of the travel itself, I should say, it is fairly successful. The travel speed, it's a moderate. This is not a difficult path to take. You're mostly on the road from Zadash, heading north, before you have to split off to head sort of in a more northwestern direction, but it's paved, or the first half is paved. The next path is less worn, but it is still a path to the quarry that you're taking. In between those 2 rolls, that's totally fine. That's enough successes to do this.
I've been saving where we're going. We don't need roads, and I almost had it there.
I do. I do want one more roll from either Forzana or Al, whichever.
Take it away, Al.
Just roll a d20 for me. Just straight up, just a d20. Oh, you're muted. What'd you get?
3.
3? Okay. Okay. Now I am gonna ask. I'm gonna ask you, Meg, to participate in this too. Now,
Oh,
I need you to roll. I need you to roll a d8 for me. I think. Hold on. Let me check. I need my other table. Where? Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're gonna see some bunnies, right?
Yeah. D8.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the number of bunnies.
3 bunnies.
yay!
Okay.
Willie's on a sheet that says, like, as long as they don't roll 3 twice, we're all good.
Okay.
Funicula.
I will say, for the purpose of expediting all of this, like the trip, like I said, is going really well. The horses seem to be incredibly light on their feet, and you were traveling at an incredible speed to get to this place. Like, you're moving much faster than you even thought that you would to get there. So you're actually going to, like, you're going to get there faster than you thought. I told you it was going to take 2 days, which meant like 2 nights of sleep, and then the next morning you would get there. And you do, like, late into the evening on the second day, you think if you were to push yourself a little longer, you could make it, like, tonight. Or you could rest and just take the hour in the morning to get there. So that's totally up to you, how you want to do that. I think regardless of that situation, though, it is... I guess this is gonna make a difference, I guess. Would you push for that extra hour on the end of the second day to, like, make it tonight to the quarry? Or would you wait until the morning? Like, would you go ahead and just take the rest and then wait until the morning?
I kind of feel like we would wait just because we don't have, like...
Yeah.
We've never been there. Like, do we know that we're only an hour away, really?
It's sort of just based on maps and guesses at this point, but, like, yeah, you don't quite know. Okay.
I feel like we would, yeah, do what Barbara said.
Okay. Then, in the evening, as you set up camp in a nice spot that's quiet, you are at the edge of grasslands, getting closer and closer towards this quarry. And I'll say that, like, the night is quiet and goes actually without a hitch. I'm not going to make you roll anything. You get up in the morning, you begin to travel, and very early in the morning into your travel, you can tell that you're getting close to a quarry because you start to see some rock structures in the distance. You start to see this is a quarry that's been dug into the earth, but also all of the rock that's been removed that hasn't been used or done away with in some way is, like, just piled up, and they've made in this area almost their own, like, mountains. And it's like they're moving things from the quarry to a short distance away, And so you know you're getting close as you approach these. But go ahead and make a perception check for me.
To all of us.
Yeah, everybody.
Ten.
8.
2.
Yeah, 20.
Nice. Al,
One of us is gonna do it.
as you're approaching those sections of this like moved earth, this rock and stone that is like piled up on itself into these like makeshift mountains, you notice that there are large humanoid creatures over there, moving some of this stone and carrying it off away from you.
Like into the woods?
Yes, off into some, like, in the distance towards some woods. They seem to be moving some of this stone for some reason.
Like they don't look like they work here, they just look like they're just random people taking.
Yes, but with the nat 20, you can tell that these are giants. And I don't know, I'm trying to think, have you...
Can we find giants with the
Yeah,
boots?
you did. Or those were Cyclops, I think, maybe.
Oh, those cyclopses.
But I'm trying to think if you did see... Okay, those were Cyclops. I'm gonna say you can tell that this is a giant. Like, you might not know what kind of giant, but it is a giant. And you're not sure what it's doing over there. It doesn't seem to notice y'all or care that you're here. It's paying you no attention right now. And it's not even in your direct path. It is like sort of in the distance off to the side. You're not sure what's going on over there.
Hey. There's a giant over there. And it's taking stuff and leaving. Should we stop it?
Might be allowed to. Maybe just lives. Maybe they were
Job.
helping. Maybe this was an agreement. I mean, we don't know, right?
Should we go talk to him?
How far away
Hey,
is this
talk to
giant?
them.
It's like 400 feet off of, like maybe 500 feet off the path that you're going.
I'm like, hey, how's it going?
I'm gonna ask, would any of you know how to distinguish between giants? Would you maybe, is anybody gonna know what kind of giant this is?
Lisbeth, your only hope.
Only from a book.
What color?
Do you want to roll to see if you recall anything from those books? You can
Sure.
roll a history check for me.
Come on. Okay, 19.
Okay. I think with that, you know that this is... It's hard to see from this distance. You think that this could be a stone giant, though. It's hard to tell. But you can tell that it has this grayish colored skin. And what you know about them is that they're pretty reclusive and like quiet and they really just like being left alone. They're normally in secluded areas, so this is a little strange that it's out here. But they tend to like live in caverns and underground. So seeing one on the surface is a little strange. I think that's kind of all you might know.
Okay, I'm not just saying this because it's carrying stones, but honestly, based on descriptions, I think that it looks like it could be a stone giant. And the descriptions say they prefer to be left alone.
I mean, didn't like. I mean, like dragon souls want to be left alone too. We'd go poke them. We'd
Well,
go talk to him, be like, "Hey, you help carrying stones? You know what's going on down at the quarry?"
No, I don't like that. We should just go to our destination and ask them if there's something bizarre about this.
That's a good idea. Because it could be totally normal. Like maybe
Yeah.
this giant works for them, you know?
Okay.
maybe it was the giant's home that they busted into by accident.
That too.
We're guests here. We're not the
I thought
cops.
you were about to say we're guessing here. Like,
That too.
accurate.
Both of these.
All right, yeah. With that, you can continue moving on your path, and they don't seem to pay you any attention. You're never closer than like 400 feet to them. You're like keeping a distance. But, yeah, they don't pay any mind, and you make it to your destination shortly. As you arrive, I think we're gonna take a break. I think we already missed the ad break, but I think we will take a quick break though now, and come back in just a few moments. So if you're with us watching, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. But stick with us through this quick break, and we'll be back in like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And we'll see you all again in just a few. Thanks. Hey everyone, welcome back to Berries and Blades. Thanks for sticking with us through that break. Let's just jump back into our story as you have arrived to the edge of Edgeland Quarry. And you just saw some stone giants in the distance, according to Lisbel, that seemed to be moving rocks from a giant mound of rock nearby. But as you approach, you see what appears to be a female halfling standing there. Is the closest person you see, and she notices you right away and calls out to you. Oh, can I help you?
Yes, we are friends of Urki. We have this thing. I think y'all maybe are expecting us, possibly.
Urki from the Cobalt Soul. Is that who you're talking
Yes.
about?
Yes.
Yes.
Are there other Urkies?
I just wanted to be sure.
Probably. For a second, I thought Urki's last name was From.
Who are we supposed to be looking for? Start with an L.
A lasagna.
The
That's how I
son
remember.
de Wheeler.
Fira, like,
Yes,
as you're saying that, oh, you're here for Lasan, but yes. Do you have some sort of, I don't know, a writ or something to prove that Urki sent you?
Yes,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Who has it?
Here. I don't know.
Official seal and everything.
Al, I think.
All right. Yeah. They take it and she opens it up, glances over it fairly quickly. Like she sees the seal, breaks it, opens it. Yeah. Let's make our way to the sun, and he can tell you, what's needed, and we'll guide you directly to where you need to go.
What is your name, if you don't mind my asking? I'm Lisbel.
Oh, my apologies. My name is Fira.
Oh, and also we saw a stone giant back there. Is that okay?
Yeah, we let them be. But I think we seem to have an understanding with them that they don't really approach any closer than that, and we don't really approach them. Lasan seemed to set something up with them, and the things out there are things that we can't use for one reason or another. So who knows what they do with it? I'm not even sure what they could be doing with it, but it gets rid of it for us. Like we can't use that stuff. So yeah, it's fine. I would probably stay away from them, though. They seem relatively peaceful, but I also I don't think they really trust us all that much. So best not to test that.
Yes. Agreed.
Let's take you to Lasan, and we can talk about everything there.
Thank you.
You've approached like literally at the edge of this quarry, and there's a small hut here that clearly is some sort of office. And as you like walk in or ride in on your horses and your mounts, she's like, okay, it's gonna be, we do need to walk down a ways, but we can just follow the trail and it should not be a problem. And you like are walking into a quarry that's clearly been here for a very long time, and it is like dug a hole into the earth that is, it's got to be hundreds of feet deep as you look at it. It's deep, but this thing is also wide. Like, it's massive, the distance across from one side to the other. And she begins to tell you a little bit about the history, just recounting sort of what Erky said, that this place has been here for a while. People used to come here to, like, work the mines for platinum. But now it is really just a skeleton crew here. And really the only reason, like, she begins to tell you that you're not sure if there's like a contempt in her voice when she says this, but she says Lassant just decided to take over the whole thing and we just sort of let him. Like, it's really not. He definitely will tell you he's in charge, but I don't know that anyone's in charge, really. Like, there's not much going on here anymore. I think there are a few people who just come and work for weeks at a time hoping to find some missing platinum that we just, someone skipped over. But I'll let
anyone
Lassant
actually live around here?
Yeah, we do have, like, there are quarters here for people who come to work. There's never more than 20 or so people here at a time, though. And right now we're not even at that. There's less than that. And throughout this process, she tells you, like, the finding whatever this system of tunnels, I guess you could say, is been the most exciting thing that's happened here in a while. And around this time, you make it all the way down to where Lassant is. And Farah calls out to him, "Hey, Lassant, you have some visitors here. They're from the Cobalt Soul, I guess. Here to check out the whatever it is." And Lassant turned towards you and says, "Thank the gods. We the twins decided to go in and check it out, and they came out, I wouldn't say unscathed, but they mentioned something about there being some sort of spider situation in there."
Oh. Can you elaborate a little bit? Is this like one big spider? Are we talking a bunch of little spiders, a bunch of big ones? What kind of sitch is this?
There was a couple of spiders, I guess. They went.
Just two?
They went in against
Not
against my advisement, but they went in and made it just a couple rooms in to the place before coming across I say couple of spiders because they seem to disappear from one place and reappear in another. So they never really saw more than two at a time, but I don't know that it was two. It could have been more, I guess, technically.
We have experience.
Yeah. Those are kind of annoying to deal with.
Yeah, I've never seen them and I don't want to. So what they described, though,
aren't they pretty? Right? Like pretty colors? Yeah.
White and blue.
Mm-hmm.
From what they described, I've seen what I would describe as the first hallway as we get in there is it's definitely smooth stone. but it's not just stone. It seems every now and then there's some metalwork in places. It's clearly a structure that someone built, and based on their description, it looked like there were living quarters there. No one, they only glanced in, so they didn't really see anyone. The room where they saw the spiders, they said seemed something like a rec room of some sort. Like it was strange. They described like not a rest room, but a room for resting and amusement maybe of some sort.
Like there's like a ball court or something in there? Ping pong tables?
I'm picturing a
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah, it seems like some sort of a billiards type game in one of the corners. But from what we've seen, it seemed like there were people living there or something, and also had their own sort of recreation area. They didn't make it any further than that. They turned around really quick with the spiders. But you're here to go in and check it out, right?
Yeah. Did they see any, I'm sorry to be like very direct about this, but like any skeletons of those who might have once recreated in said space?
They didn't see anything like that. I don't know how to describe this. Well, I mean, they seem to say that one of the rooms had something that looked like an automaton of some sort, but it was not like any automaton they've seen before. It was made of metal, and it wasn't active anymore. So, I'm not sure if that's what was the inhabitant of the place. Like maybe it was all automatons. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
So, are you just wanting us to like clear out the spiders, or like explore deeper? I guess what's the complete ask here?
Our contact at the Cobalt Soul said they want to clear out the whole thing. Make sure it's safe for people to go in. I think they want to research whatever this place is, but it needs to be safe first. When the twins asked me to inquire about them going in and like whether or not they were allowed to keep the spoils of their adventure, and they seem to be okay with that as long as you share what you find. You can still keep it, but I think they're going to want to take a look at anything you find and remove from the structure. And if they picked you to come here, then I assume they trust you to do so. Does Forsana really have that look on her face? Okay.
Super trustworthy.
Yeah, I think go in, clear the space out, find whatever you can, report back on everything you find. it's up to you how you do that. If you want to like, I don't know, the Cobalt Soul really like archiving things. So like if you maybe take some notes on the way in and out, I'm sure they would appreciate that. But that's not me. I think
that'll happen. Looks at Lisbeth.
Certainly. Yes.
mostly just make sure it's safe for others to go in after you're done. And
Any equipment you would recommend we take, or anything you have that we should bring with us?
I mean, he looks you over for a second, and I mean, you seem pretty well equipped yourselves to handle anything that might be there. I could, if you'd like, a pick. I could give you a pick, or a couple. You know, I don't know if you need them, but maybe you get to a section in there that's caved in or something. But some lanterns. Do you? I could give you some lanterns as well, I guess. Lanterns, picks.
I don't want either of those things, but
Okay, just checking. There was a time we had to do something like this, and we were given like a bunch of stuff, right?
yeah, last time we went into mine, we got safety vests and helmets.
Right. Okay.
Tiny little magic hammers.
You have a helmet?
Yeah, we have those around here somewhere.
I'll take a helmet.
Do you have any vests?
They're probably with the helmets.
What about magic hammers? Now we're asking about everything.
I don't know what you mean by magic hammers, so no.
Okay.
Like really good hammers to break things, but they're magical.
No. That's this is a lot of manual work here.
Different mission. But I would like a helmet. I feel like that's always nice.
Lasan asks Fira, will you go find something just over points off to a small building down there with you. Maybe over there, maybe that's where that stuff is kept. And one moment, and Fira just goes away for a few minutes. A few minutes pass, and she does come back with a safety vest and helmets that clearly haven't been used at all.
Ooh, brand new.
Unused, but 100 years old.
OSHA's gonna have a field day down here, so
That's gonna be like a +1 armor, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, I like a helmet.
Before we
Yeah.
move forward, I want to take like 10 minutes to cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
I've never thought of this before, but while she does that, I go pee somewhere.
Do you ask where to go?
Oh yeah, where can I go before we leave?
establish a P corner.
You're gonna have to go back up top, but you can do that.
Oh, you could fly up.
Yeah.
Oh,
easily
and are there stables here? Did we do that already? Put the horses somewhere comfortable?
I'm still on mine.
Yeah, we can say that there are stables up top. There's a
Okay.
there's a nice building that is shaded for them,
Okay.
and they have feed, and they'll be taken care of. And Lasan, after you're done doing whatever you're doing, he's like, if you're ready, I can take you to the entrance. And he,
Sure.
Are there like big holes or ravines or cracks that you're aware of?
where you're going,
Yeah.
I don't know. They're
Okay.
not in any of the places that have been explored so far. No.
Okay.
We can get over stuff. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. um,
At the entrance, I will cast Mage Armor and See Invisibility.
okay. Cool. As you walk for a ways through this quarry, as you like go down into this area, you can see all around you there are multiple places where people have just sort of strip mined into this rock. It looks stable, it's fine, but it's just like there's so many places around this quarry where people have just dug into places. You can tell like this thing is like been completely searched everywhere, and you're now at the lowest level where you're taken down a very long hallway, like one of these strip mines that you just can tell they just like bored a hole into the earth and just looking for something, anything of worth. And it takes a little while to get to the edge, and you get to this broken wall. And you can tell the stone that is there is now mixed with this other worked stone that looks different. And he's like, we've seen some of that stone around here before, but this has clearly been worked in a way to make it smooth and make this elaborate hallway. And he takes the lantern and like shows you this room that when you step in just to like peek, it goes to the left and to the right about 50 feet in either direction before you can see at one end there's a door, a door of like stone and metal structure, and to the right just a curved like an end of a hallway that curves around to the edge that you can't see the end of from this distance. And there are also other stone doors just opposite of you in this what looks to be a hallway. And just he sort of just points out like the twins went down that way, and like from here take a right and then a left, follow the hallway, and you'll see a set of doors on your right hand side. That's where they went, I think. That's where the spiders are. But
Right, and then a left, and then a set of doors.
Mm-hmm. And by right, I mean right from where we're standing. Just from here, go down the hallway that direction, he points. And then take a left, sort of down there by that bend.
Oh, is there a map?
No, nope. We don't know what this is. This is beyond us. I don't really have much else to tell you other than be careful. Whatever those spider things are, I don't want to know about those. I hope you can handle them. Seems like you wouldn't have been picked for this if you couldn't. So I don't know what else I can offer you other than my well wishes that you stay safe. And don't feel like you need to like do this all at once. If you feel tired, need to retreat, come back, let us know. We can set you up with a place to rest in some of the quarters around here. We're not full up, so there are
Lovely.
places.
Thank you.
All right.
I guess the spell, is there ever a chance you might need to non-verbally communicate? Would that be a good thing to just like, hey, sometimes you might hear Lisbel's voice in your head as a heads up?
Oh,
Just if something happens.
yes. Is it okay with you if I cast a spell that lets me speak into your mind? If something happens to us.
You mean like a sending type thing, right? That's what you're talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I guess let us know if you come across something or need anything else, but we'll be out here just doing our thing.
Hopefully we'll see you tonight.
We'll be in there doing our thing.
All right. And Lasan is turns around and gets ready to walk away. And I think that's where we'll stop before we get into this place. And yeah, we'll see what they have stumbled upon and find out how many phase spiders exactly are in that room next time, probably. You also couldn't, maybe you don't go that way. Maybe there's somewhere else to go. But yeah, thanks for playing tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I think with that, we'll get ready to take off and hopefully come back. Does anybody know, like right off the bat, we can't be here next week for any reason? I think Barbara and I are all good for next week. But so sometimes stuff comes up and we might not be here, but we'll plan on being here next week, Wednesday, 9 Central. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us through the break. If you are here watching this now or later, we do appreciate it. And if you want to subscribe, that would be cool. Like, follow us here on Twitch. You could follow us. You could subscribe to us here. You'd also subscribe to our YouTube channel, where I started uploading stuff recently. I talked about Liza P, which is one of my favorite games, in a couple videos now. So if you want to check that out, you can go see my latest video over there. And yeah, other than that, I'll probably be playing some more games later this week. Been playing Resident Evil 3 lately, so I'm gonna get back into that probably tomorrow. And yeah, maybe I can convince some of these people that we should be playing Repo online. Though I'm just gonna say, Meg hates scary games, so it might not be Meg. But yeah, maybe we'll do some co-op stuff soon too on this channel, because I like playing games with my friends. So yeah, again, thanks for being here tonight, y'all, and for playing. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I think that's it for us. We'll see you all very soon.